Alrighty, boys. So let's talk about Undisputed Boxing and the state of the game right now. Now, if you're like me, you've probably been waiting and waiting and waiting for Steel City Interactive to deliver on their promises. But after 2 months since the game's release, let's just be honest, things are really not looking great. So let's break it all down and let's figure out what exactly is going on with Undisputed Boxing. Undisputed Boxing officially released on October 11th of 2024. Many of us were very excited, but let's just be honest, man, that excitement really did not last too long because players noticed that the game really wasn't that much better than the early access version. The issues range from gameplay imbalances to bugs and just a general feeling that the game wasn't really polished enough to justify a full release. Definitely not at the price that it was released at. Let's be honest about that. In response to the backlash, Steel City Interactive, they released a statement. This statement was on October 17th of 2024. And in that statement, they thanked us for our patience and they promised a big update in mid-December to address our problems. At least that's what it sounded like. Now, while that gave some of us hope, a lot of people felt that mid-December was just way too far, and as time went on, frustration just started to build. Players were just getting more annoyed and more annoyed. And so I think because of that, in November, this was November 13 of 2024, the developers actually gave us a small update, which included things like adjusting the block colliders to make blocking more effective. They also reduced the power punches from breaking through the block. They messed up Deontay Wilder's stats by nerfing him, which included a reduction in his power hooks, even though that's really not what a lot of people were asking for. They increased stamina costs for hooks, straights, and punches. They did something with the threshold of power punches to increase stamina costs if you spam them, which, that was a pretty good change. They increased the stamina cost for pushing to reduce spamming of that mechanic. You guys remember when you would rock someone and they're just pushing you over and over and over again. They technically removed the critical stumble reaction because it was too punishing, but it really was still in the game, to be honest. I experienced it myself a few more times. They slowed down the hooks when a fighter is gassed to reduce chain ability. They did a few things to prevent a bug that stopped movement when using flat-footed movement during inside fighting. And then the thing they did with the ranked quitters on Xbox and PC, which apparently if you quit on Xbox and PC, you received a loss. Now, on paper, this sounds like a decent fix to a lot of these issues, right? But fans were still not happy, and for good reason, because this update, this small update they gave us, it created new issues, particularly with stamina consumption. The changes made stamina management feel way too punishing, breaking certain aspects of the game. Players are complaining, I can't throw more than 3 punches without gassing out. This is not the way boxers are supposed to feel. Now, despite these issues, a lot of us still honestly held out hope for this big update that was promised in mid-December. This update that's gonna bring fixes to a lot of the issues that we had. This was supposed to be the update that addressed the core problems and made the game feel like the polished experience that we've been waiting for. So here we go. December 12th, 2024. And instead of the big update we were promised, what did we get? We got a DLC. A DLC with Jake Paul. Now this DLC, of course, included Jake Paul as a playable character. We got new cosmetics, we got new venues, we got some new knockout animations, and the ability to move up in weight class in career mode. A paid DLC. While these additions sound cool, it really wasn't what fans were asking for, right? Like most fans didn't really care about new venues or cosmetics when the core gameplay itself still felt broken. Releasing a paid DLC instead of delivering on the promises just kind of felt like a slap in the face, if I'm being for real. And what made this update even worse, at least for me, is that it introduced new problems. Like, you gave us a DLC, which didn't fix a lot of the issues we're complaining about, and then this new update came with new issues. For one, Career mode seems to be broken for a lot of people. People not being able to continue career mode because it's frozen. And then the biggest one for me personally is the ranked matchmaking system. Now, when a player quits during a match, not only do I not get a win for that player quitting, I actually get a loss. As you can see, I got a loss. I got a loss for my opponent quitting out the match. I was really hoping that was not the case, but it appears that that is the case. And I'm going to say this in as graceful way as humanly possible. This is a ridiculous oversight. Like, this is a huge problem, and it's made me personally just not want to play the game online at all, because let's be real, a lot of players quit. It's all they do. The moment you start whooping their ass, they're out of there. They quit. And if I'm going to get a loss for a player quitting and not get the win, like, what's the point of even playing online? Now, naturally, the community is frustrated. Players have been given Steel City Interactive chance after chance after chance, from early access all the way to the game dropping, trusting that they would make things right. But honestly, this latest move has made many of us question whether they're prioritizing the community's concerns or just trying to monetize the game further. I mean, it's a fair question to ponder. It just is. So what is going on with Undisputed Boxing? At this point, it feels like the developers are out of touch with their community. Period. I'm just going to be honest about that. The lack of impactful updates, the broken promises, and the decision to release a paid DLC instead of fixing the game have left a sour taste in the mouth of players. So here's my advice to Steel City Interactive if they give a fuck about it. First, for the love of God, follow through on your promises. If you say there will be a big update coming, make sure the update is impactful, especially if you make players wait months to actually get the update. Second, please get better game testers so you don't release updates that fix some parts of the game while also breaking others. I don't know what your game testers are doing out there. Third, please go back and look at the surveys you asked us to take. Remember the one that I took on this channel with you guys? Please look at the survey. Actually use the survey. Go look at what people are actually asking for. Use those feedbacks to make meaningful gameplay changes. Fix everything that's currently broken right now. It's so important. You gotta fix the broken shit. And please, don't release any more paid DLCs until players feel like they've gotten their money's worth. The money they already paid to purchase the game anyways. It's just not right. It just feels wrong. Now, for me personally, I'm always cautiously optimistic because I believe that where there is a lot of passion, a lot of times you can overcome even a lot of incompetence. But competence is also extremely important. And when I look at what's going on right now, it's very clear that there is a lack of competence somewhere. I don't know where. I'm looking at these game testers, but I'm not quite sure where it is. But there's definitely a level of incompetence that's causing some serious issues. And because of this, I think every single time that we get a new update, something else is going to be broken. I don't think that with Undisputed Boxing 1, we're going to get every single thing that we wanted, especially because the game is being sold as the most authentic and realistic boxing video game experience to date. That is some massive, major, lofty goals to try to accomplish. And right now, I just think the game falls short. Now, do I think that they will fix a lot of these issues if they make an Undisputed Boxing 2? I think so. I think the second game is going to be better. I think they will learn from a lot of their mistakes, especially because it seems like they're trying to hire more competent developers and also developing the game on a brand new engine. So hopefully that translates to a much better product. But right now, just based on what is going on, I think we're just going to see more of the same. They'll make a promise. They'll do their very best to keep that promise, and they will probably not succeed. Again, cautiously optimistic, really hoping that they prove me wrong because I want this game to succeed. But I'm just not going to be surprised if things keeps moving in the direction that it's going right now. So that's it. I will leave it to the rest of you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you still holding out hope for the game? And just give me your thoughts, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Have a good one.